this Kansas City. Shit's ran gritty. In the summertime, the chicks be damn pretty. Born in the projects, then to the Ville.
Hey you guys, I decided to do my day 4 of story time in this same shirt. I figured I'm about to knock out 2 videos tonight. So you guys, this is going to be the story time about how I met Bob. I met Bob back in 2002. Yes, 2002 I met Bob. We were actually 11th graders. Yes, we were in the 11th grade and we went to Westport High School. Bob was one of those guys that never was in his class. Anytime like you go to the restroom or something, you would see Bob and some of his friends in the hallways, not in class. I remember one day I was in history class. So I had, you know, went to the restroom or whatever. And after I came out the restroom, I kept hearing psst, 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 psst. And I'm like, who is doing that? So I finally looked down and I'm walking like, where is that coming from? Knowing I should have just took my butt back to the classroom. So I go and I look and it's Bob. Now, I didn't really know him then. I mean, he went to school and I knew he was always in trouble and stuff like that. But I'm like, who are you in at? He was like, you. He was like, come here. I'm like, what do you want? I'm like, boy, I gotta go to class. Leave me alone. He was like, but look, look. I turned and looked. Y'all, I turned and looked. Why did this man pull his penis out of his pants? It was out of his drawers and everything. I'm like, ugh. And I just hurried up and just ran back into class. So then I want to say maybe a week later, we're coming out of the lunchroom or whatever. I went to lunch and we coming out of the lunchroom. So I'm coming out the backside where we mainly came out. And when you come out the backside, past the vending machines is like the, I guess it's the art room. And so I'm in there or whatever doing art. And we sitting in there, we wasn't really doing nothing. We was just in there talking and listening to music because our art teacher was real cool. And we just in there talking, listening to music, not doing what we supposed to be doing. And next thing you know, I hear that psst again. And I'm like, who the fuck? Who is that? Next thing you know, this dude in my class named Saran, he was like, I seen with somebody trying to get your attention back there, out there. Cause when you went to the art room, it was like this big, just, I don't know what it was, this big area in the art room. But when you turned the corner, you actually in like a classroom setting. But he was out in the big hallway of the art room. So I get up and go, look, it's Bob. He was like, man, what's up with you? I'm looking like, nothing is up with me. What do you want? Like, what do you want? I don't even know you. Like, what do you want? He was like, I see you be looking at me. And I'm like, I don't even know you. He was like, you still with that square ass nigga you was dealing with? And I'm like, he was talking about my ex. And I'm like, what? Why you want to know? Like, and then he gonna like put his hand on my shoulder. I'm like, get off of me. Don't touch me. Like, first off, that's none of your business. You need to go to class and do some work and leave me alone. So I left him standing out there. And that was that. So then every day after that, he would be near one of my classes because his dude was never in class. Never. This is probably why he got kicked out. So then eventually, I don't know if y'all know, like, have any of y'all ever, like, a person messes with you so much and picks at you so much that you end up kind of like, huh, maybe I could like him. That's what ended up happening. This dude would not leave me alone. He was just always doing something. I'd be walking in the hall, he'd run past and grab my butt. Cause in high school I was really, I was thickums, you know. I was pretty cute. He would say stupid stuff like, I'm gonna beat your ex-boyfriend up. And I'd be like, so what? I don't care. I'm not with him. Leave me alone. But after so much of it, time and time again, and people would always start saying, he like you, girl, he like you. I remember this day, we was all coming out the cafeteria and I was standing out there just waiting for him to come out. And when he seen me on the wall or whatever, he was like, "Oh, what's up, sexy?" I said, "You like me, don't you?" And he started laughing hard as heck. He was like, "You know you want me." And I was like, why you always messing with me? Like, for what? Like, don't you got other girlfriends? I be seeing you walking around here doing the same stuff you do to me to other chicks. He was like, "But you real special." And I'm just like, this dude is so ugh. But it was kind of cheesy and funny at the same time. Eventually he asked for my number, and I gave him my number. And he didn't call me right away. I think it took him like a couple of days to call me. One day he called me, and he was like, "You need to let me walk you home from school," or whatever. And because I live like right up the street from my school. Like, we didn't ride the school bus. We would walk to school and walk home from school. I was like, "No, I'm good. I got my brothers and my cousins and my friends. We good." Like, all of us went to the same school. And I'm like, "I'm good. We cool." Like, I think I was starting to like him, but I didn't like him enough for him to be knowing where I lived. We would talk on the phone or whatever as late as we could. I used to have to sneak on the phone in my closet because my daddy did not want me on the phone. He didn't want me to talk to no boys. And eventually he was like, "Hey, I want you to be my girlfriend." And I was just like, "Yeah, what the hell? Okay." So we started dating, and you know, that's how we became a couple. I should have known. I should have known not to be with him, because I would see him do some of the stuff he did to me with other girls, but I just felt like, oh, I'm special. He always messing with me. He always in my face. He always. Girls, young girls, if y'all watching this, sometimes if this boy is doing certain things to you and you see him do the same thing that he does to you, to other females, 9 times out of 10 he's a cheater and ain't gonna be faithful. So be very mindful of that. But of course, it didn't last, you know, as y'all know from previous Bob stories. That's how I met him. So it wasn't in no sweet romantical way. It was him pulling out his thing, showing it to me, never being in class, always in the hallways, smacking my behind, just rude stuff. Like, that's how I basically found out who he was, got to know him, and how we became a couple. And ever since then, we was together. He eventually ended up getting kicked out of school for fighting. The dude he actually fought, I can't remember if it had something to do with me. I think it kind of did. And then it had something to do with they street set, some mess. Now, I didn't mess with this dude, but I think the dude said something to him that made him upset. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the story. That's how I met the infamous Bob. And if I could, I probably would have rethought that, but then I wouldn't have my daughters, and I love those little girls to death. So I don't know, but that's how I met him. I hope you guys enjoyed the story time, and I will see you tomorrow for the last day of story time.